All right, thank you, Bill. Democrats in the Kentucky House and Senate revealed their pre-K expansion bills today.
These are bills that would allow all 4-year-olds to have a spot in pre-K if their parents want it. LEX 18's political reporter Carolina Buchek has that story.
These pre-K expansion bills are being filed as Governor Andy Beshear continues to promote his pre-K for all plan across the state. However, last week here in the General Assembly, Republican lawmakers raised concern about the governor's plan in its current form. So Democrat lawmakers are trying to find the balance between the governor's plan and things that some Republican lawmakers support. For example, House Democrats say there are some Republicans who support increasing the eligibility for public pre-K to 200% of the federal poverty line. They say that would expand pre-K for many Kentucky families. So Democrats are putting out their pre-K proposals with hope. Now, one of the plans is technically a universal pre-K program, meaning every 4-year-old in Kentucky would have a spot in pre-K. But the bill's sponsor says she prefers to call it a pre-K expansion because it's an option for families, not a requirement.
This is eligibility. This is not a mandate. If people want to keep their child in a private pre-K setting, they are more than welcome to. If they want to continue to keep their child at home, they are more than welcome to do that too. This means that everyone would have the ability to opt in if they wanted to.
Of course, these proposals will not make changes overnight. The lawmakers behind the bill say they put years of buildup into the proposals so that school districts can have enough time to get these systems up and running.
Part of each of the bills is for each district to really evaluate how much space they have, what kind of capital investments that would be needed, how many more teachers would need to be hired. And that's why both of these bills, there is a lot of years for districts to prepare for these preschool initiatives.
Now, the Kentucky General Assembly did attempt to expand pre-K eligibility back in 2016. However, then Governor Matt Bevin vetoed the effort. However, Republican support at that time was there. So Democrats are hoping that that support still remains today. In Frankfort, Carolina Buchek, LEX 18 News.